Hey everybody, what's going on? It is Jason with your friendly neighborhood board game mechanics, and today I'm not going to be reviewing a game, but I want to talk about a topic. Now, we just started our top 100 games of all time on the podcast, and this is kind of a, I don't know, what's that called? An addition to that, an addendum, maybe you would say. Because I only put games on my top 100 that we own. And I have some other games that would have been in my top 100 if I didn't have that stipulation. Now, why did I make that stipulation? If I love a game, I should probably own it, right? If it's going to be in my top 100, I should probably own it. But games are expensive, and I don't buy a ton of games, so this is where we are. So I wanted to at least highlight the games that would have made the list if I didn't have that criteria. So in this list, there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that are in my top 100 that I don't own. So I'm just going to talk about them real quickly and then, just have fun. So the first game that is in my top 100, it would have been in the 90s, is an Alexander Pfister game, and it's called Boonlake. And Pfister loves rondels. This is basically a rondel game where you're moving your boat around this river. It's like the timer of the game, getting bonuses. But effectively what you're trying to do is you're trying to build settlements, place buffalo or cows, I'm not sure, I didn't read the rule book, so buffalo or cows out on the pasture to score points. You're trying to build switches to help you get abilities, upgrade your resources, collect cards because you're going to be playing cards down in front of you. That's a big way to get bonuses and points and all that kind of thing. And it's just a whole bunch of mechanisms thrown into a really cool Alexander Pfister pot. It's fantastic. It's fun. It's one of those games where everybody picks an action, and then I also get to do a weaker version of that action, which is pretty cool. So you're always doing something on everybody's turn, which also makes it go on a little bit longer. But fantastic game. I love it. If it was in my collection, it would be in the top 100. All right, so the next game that would be in the top 100 in the 70s. I like this one quite a bit more than Boonlake, maybe because I've played it more. And this game is called Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef. And this is a game from Druid City Games, I believe, or Skybound. I'm not sure. Those lines are kind of blurry. And effectively what this game is, it's a worker placement game. You're sending a worker out to a space on this board to do some actions. But what you're trying to do here is you're trying to acquire dice and be able to use those dice to fight off the monsters that are coming into the area, or to do these special feats, which means you roll dice, get certain die faces. You complete the card, you get some points, you get multiples of these sets, you score some points. It's gorgeous. It's just super fun. It may go on a tad bit long too, but again, it's a fantastic game, and it's one that I would love to have in my collection, but it's pretty pricey, so probably won't happen, but I do love it. So that is Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef. All right, so the next one would have been in the 60s. So these are just getting better, And this one is called Bitoku, and this is from Devere Games. Now, I don't know this game a ton. I've only played it once, which is part of the reason why I kept it off the list. Can I, ultimately have a game I played one time in my top 100 and feel good about it? Probably not. So I kept it off for those two reasons there. But this game it's effectively a dice placement game. And what you're doing is you got this gorgeous art, gorgeous board, gorgeous player board. You're taking a die and you're putting it out into a space to take an action. But once the die is out in that space, it can also be moved across the river to take a different action. But only so many people can go across the river, so you're kind of racing. There's cards that you're trying to get. There's like these path tiles that you're trying to get to connect a path off the side of your player board. You're getting these little fireflies and lily pads to get you some bonuses. Whole bunch of stuff going on. Big heavy Euro, not heavy Euro, but medium heavy Euro. Gorgeous art, fantastic production. One that, even though I played once, sticks with me enough to get into my top 100 on this list. And yeah, it's actually on my shelf because I'm borrowing it from a friend right now. But it's so good. It's fantastic. It's just so much fun, and I want to keep diving into it and playing it more. So, Bitoku. All right, so the next one is another game that I've only played once, and I did a video. So it's like I've played it twice, but I've really only played it once. And this is called Iki or Icky. I'm not sure how you say it. And it's from Sorry We Are French. I don't know who the publisher is. It says Sorry We Are French in the box. Again, another one I'm borrowing. All my borrowed games are over there. That's why I looked over there. And this is effectively, it's a rondel. So players are taking on the role of this little like merchant character. and you're moving around this rondel stopping at stalls, and you're going to be doing the action of these stalls, and you're trying to get different types of resources, you're trying to build buildings, you're trying to do trading and get money and all that kind of thing. And you're also trying to build your own stall in these stalls so people can activate it, to give you more spaces around the rondel that you can go. But there's also going to be some fires that happen occasionally, and some of the stalls may get burned up, and it gives you a little bit of push your luck, some risk management that you have to pay attention to. There's a whole lot more to this game. Again, I've only played it once and done the video, and it's been a while, so if I don't play stuff a lot, it goes out of the memory hole. But it's fantastic, and again, it stuck with me enough to make it onto, it would have been number 53 on my list, and that says something. It's gorgeous. I love everything about this game. It just bums me out that I don't own it and I can't play it more. So that's Icky, whatever, however you want to say it. IKI, there you go. All right, so the next game is actually a game I've played, I think, 2 or 3 times, and it's fantastic. And the only reason this isn't in the list because I would buy this, but it's pretty pricey. And this game is called Wasteland Express Delivery Service. Now, this isn't normally a game that would be my jam. It's got minis, it has all these other things going on. But at its heart, this game is a dystopian, or not, I guess, a post-apocalyptic pick-up and deliver game. In parts. So basically everybody has this little car or truck or bus, whatever, and a character power, and you're moving around this map trying to collect water, bullets, food, maybe some microchips, and then you're going to be picking those up and delivering them to other sections of the board. Maybe you want to sell the food or the bullets or whatever. You need to get the microchip over to here, and you're trying to complete 3 of these goals, first class priority goals, to win the game. There are some public goals that everybody can accomplish. You may get some of your own, and if you can do that first, you win. So it's a pick up and deliver race game. Fantastic production, so much fun. There's so much going on. There's some dice rolling, roll to resolve combat, which is definitely not my jam, so I stay far away from that mess if I can. Sometimes it gets you, but it's fantastic. It looks good. Just big table presence, nice art, nice production. A game that I really like. That's kind of outside of my wheelhouse a little bit, but it is pick up and deliver, so maybe not. But yeah, I love it. Would have been number 38 on my list. That's pretty high. So that's Wasteland Express Delivery Service. The final game that would have been in my top 100 had I owned it, and I probably won't ever own it because this is another pricey one. Number 18 is where it would have been on the list. This is from the Italians. I'm not sure which ones. I can't read the box. It's the wrong way. Cranio Creations, and this game is called Golem. This game is so good. So this is a Euro game. It's the Italians. But effectively, you have this cool marble, like dice tower looking thing, and you're going to take some colored marbles, and you're going to drop them into the dice tower. The color and the number that pop out of each of these, like 4 or 5 or 6 different sections, are going to tell you what actions you can take and the strength of those actions that you can take. And you're going to be drafting a marble. It's going to go on your player board, and you're trying to get certain color marbles in the golem's eyes so you can score this bonus side point. And then what you're going to be doing is you are trying to, let me see what you're trying to do. You're trying to build these different golems, and you also have a student who's trying to control these golems for the Jewish rabbi. And you're going to be building these golems. You're going to be moving them down this space. The more golems you get, the more you're going to be building. You're moving. So you're trying to make sure that your student is within a certain range of these golems. But golems can activate spaces that they're on. Students can activate spaces they're on. If you get to the end of the track, you score points. You can kill your golems, and then you can send them down to the graveyard, get some additional bonus points. You're trying to upgrade your golem on your player board to score different points. You're trying to get these artifacts and these gold nuggets. So much stuff you can do. Unlock books, knowledge, all that kind of thing. So much stuff. It's like Newton and Lorenzo and what's another one? Grand Austria all mixed together and had a baby, and out comes Golem. Fantastic game. I love it. It's one that I want to keep playing. I love the marble mechanism. I love the drafting. I love the theme. I'm not going to go over the theme, but it's about like Jewish rabbis creating these golems to protect the city, but they may run rampant and destroy. That's kind of the theme, I think. But who cares? The game is fantastic. I love it. So good. And it's a beast. It's kind of a beefy beast, but if you can deal with that and you're into that kind of thing, check it out. So that's Golem. All right, so that is the list. Those are the games that would have been in my top 100 had I put games that I don't own on the list. Again, I don't know why I did that. Just something that I wanted to do this year to maybe be a little bit more honest in my rankings and all that kind of thing. So yeah, that's it. So take this list, do with it what you will. Don't watch it, watch it. Subscribe, like, share, whatever you want to do. But anyway, it feels good. So I'm Jason. That was my list. Talk to you all later. Keep gaming.